One, we are the people. Two, a little bit louder. Three, we want justice for Eric Garner. One, we are the people. Two, a little bit louder. Three, we want justice for Eric Garner. One, we are the people. Two, a little bit louder. Three, we want justice for Eric Garner. One, we are the people. Two, a little bit louder. Three, we want justice for Eric Garner.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
I said my people.
Yeah.
Got a story.
Yeah. Tell the whole wide world this is people's territory. I said my people. Yeah. We got a story. Yeah. Tell the whole wide world this is people's territory. I said my people. Yeah. We have a story. Yeah. Tell the whole wide world this is people's territory.
I still hear my brother crying.
I can't breathe. Now I'm in the struggle singing. I can't leave. Knowing at the violence of these racist police. And we ain't gonna stop till our people are free. And we ain't gonna stop till our people are free. I still hear my brothers crying. I can't breathe. Now I'm in the struggle saying I can't leave. Calling out the violence of these racist police. And we ain't gonna stop till our people are free. We ain't gonna stop till our people are free.
I can hear my brothers crying.
I can't breathe. Now I'm in the struggle saying I can't leave. Rolling out the violence of these racist police. And we ain't gonna stop till our people are free. We ain't gonna stop till our people are free.
We ain't gonna stop.
Till our people are free. Black lives, they matter here. 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 Latinx 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 lives, they matter here. Queer 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 lives, they matter here. Right here? But I think you should probably go. Okay. No, you're good, you're good, you're good. Right here, you're good, right here.
Okay, all right.
You're good. I'm just trying to get off to the side. This is what community looks like.
Tell me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like. Tell me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Tell me what community looks like. This is what community looks like.
Tell me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like. Tell me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Tell me what community looks like. This is what community looks like.
Tell me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Yes.
This is what community looks like. Let's show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like.
Hello, everyone. Is it on? Oh, hold on.
Andrea. Oh? Go ahead, try it.
Hello? Nick. Hello? Nope.
Help me. Hello?
It ain't working. This screen. Yes. Hello?
Someone on
Hello? Nope.
Everywhere we go, the police want to know who we are.
So we tell them.
So we tell them.
IQ, and my pronouns are they, them, theirs. I'm a youth leader with Make the Road New York. We are here today for the 5th anniversary of the day Eric Garner lost his life to NYPD officers through an illegal chokehold and police lies. Through the courage of Ramsey Order, this act of violence was captured on video, and the world watched as Eric was murdered. His last words heartbreakingly immortalized. "I can't breathe." 11 times he cried out. Officer Daniel Pantaleo, unprovoked and without cause, was the one to kill Eric Garner.
That ain't right.
That ain't right. 12 other officers stood by and silent, complicit in the killing of the killing of Eric Garner, the murderous actions of their fellow officer. 5 years ago, after this tragic day, Eric's family and community members and leaders gathered to call for justice. This was my first rally ever. This is the first time I got to engage in this type of organizing work. 5 years later, Eric's family is still here. Our community is still here, and I am still here, calling for that same justice that has never been received for Eric. In these past 5 years, we have gathered time and time again, fighting for justice against these NYPD officers. Each time we have been met with resistance. We have been met with disrespect. We have been met with the knowledge that our mayor, our police commissioner, and the Department of Justice have ignored our cries for accountability and have even defended these murderous cops by not firing them, by giving them raises, by keeping many of their identities still hidden from the public. The mayor said we are a different city than 5 years ago, but we are not a different city. We are the city that time and time again has failed to hold the NYPD accountable for murdering our people. The mayor has said he had to give his son the talk. Well, for the past 5 years, black and brown families still have to do that exact same thing every day. They have had to have that talk to make sure that they understand that this mayor has done nothing to make sure that that talk is not necessary. Today, we are here as the young people of the city, the young people of Eric's community, to stand in solidarity with Gwen Carr, Eric's mother, and all of Eric's family, and to fight and reach for the justice that Eric deserves, the justice that we all deserve. I say we because we are Eric, and if one of us is hurt, we are all hurt. If one of us does not get justice, then none of us get justice. And if we fight for one of us, then we are fighting for all of us. So we are here as a youth, as a community, as Eric. We are 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 Eric. Thank y'all. So, this is a youth-led rally in action, but we do want to pay our respects, and we want our first speaker to be someone who none of this work would be possible without, who every day for the past 5 years has stood up to fight for her son, has stood up and shown us what it means to be a fighter for our communities, what it means to be powerful, what it means to be strong, what it means to be a leader when you are thrown into this, what it means to show and care for all of us. Please welcome Gwen Carr, the mother of Eric Garner.
Asking us that we do it kind of like in a people style. So asking that people repeat after you speak. Right? So everyone it's hard for people to hear past us. Okay. So if you speak, like just speak slowly so everyone else can repeat you. I'll tell them to repeat you.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry. All right. So, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. So folks in the back are having some time hearing all of us up here, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something called a people's mic. Right? So that means after I say something or after the person up here says something, you're gonna repeat it so we can amplify our voices, right? Let's give that a try real quick. Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Cool. So Ms. Carr is gonna speak what we have to do is repeat after Miss Carr, right? So she's gonna slow down a little so we can speak after her, but we gotta make sure we project what she's saying so everybody else can hear. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Cool.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
5 years later, we are still here.
5 years later,
we are still here.
Thank everyone who supports me.
Thank everyone who supports me.
My son was killed 5 years ago today.
My son was killed 5 years ago today.
And I'm still feeling that same pain.
And I'm still feeling that same pain.
I just appreciate the support.
I just appreciate the support
that I'm getting from all of you.
that I'm getting from all of you.
This makes my heart smile.
This makes my heart smile.
Especially the youth.
Especially the youth.
Because you are the ones that's usually the target.
Because you are the ones that's usually the target.
We can't let that be the norm.
We can't let that be the norm.
You deserve a chance to walk these streets like anyone else.
You deserve a chance to walk these streets like anyone else.
You are American citizens.
You are American citizens.
You and your parents, you pay taxes.
You and your parents, you pay taxes.
So today, I say to you, thank you.
I say to you, thank you.
We... I love you all too.
I love you all too.
You are the ones who stand with me.
You are the ones who stand with me.
When the cameras are on.
When the cameras are on.
And when they go dark.
And when they go dark.
So I will stand with you.
So I will stand with you.
Through it all.
Through it all.
And I just thank you.
And I just thank you.
And I'll let the young people take over now.
And I'll let the young people take over now.
Because they are our future.
They are our future.
They are the leaders of tomorrow.
Okay, now. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Gwen Carr. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So next up, we'd like to bring Eric's cousin, Dolores Duke.
Okay. Hello and good evening, everyone.
Hello and good evening, everyone.
The family thanks everyone that shows support, that comes out and shows love, that works with us to get justice for Eric. It's 5 years later, and we still don't have no justice. When they yell, no justice, no peace. No justice,
No peace.
no justice,
No peace.
We have to find justice for Eric, and we won't stop until we get it. Thank you. No justice,
No peace.
Another thing we must understand.
Another thing we must understand.
We have to get those officers fired.
We have to get those officers fired.
The ones who were on the scene that day who murdered my son.
The ones who were on the scene that day who murdered my son.
So we're calling on the de Blasio administration.
So we're calling on the de Blasio administration.
Fire those cops.
Fire those cops.
You have the power.
You have the power.
Assert your power.
Assert your power.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They don't get no peace.
If we don't get no justice, then we don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then we don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then we don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace. Then they don't get no peace. Thank y'all. So, before our next speaker comes up, I'd just like to shout out and acknowledge some youth organizations who have been here doing this work, who've been coming up, who've helped organize this. Firstly, I'd like to say Make the Road New York. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this as a people's mic. So mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
So the first youth org I'd like to acknowledge is my org. Make the Road New York.
Make the Road New York.
Next, I'd like to acknowledge Brotherhood Sister Soul.
Brotherhood Sister Soul.
Next, I'd like to acknowledge Fierce. And Rockaway Youth Task Force. I'd like to acknowledge Churches United for Fair Housing. Future of Tomorrow. Nightclue Teen Activist Project. Nightclue Teen Activist Project. Desi's Rising Up and Moving. Girls for Gender Equity. Good old Lower East Side. And the Arab American Association. Next part is not a mic check, but I'd like to call up our next speaker, who's a fellow youth leader at Make the Road New York with me, who's been involved doing this work alongside me for many years, who has some powerful words to share. Please welcome Miriam.
No. Can I get a mic check? Can I get a mic check? Peace. My name is Mariam and I'm 18 years old.
Peace. My name is Miriam and I'm 18 years old.
And I am a youth leader at Make the Road New York.
And I am a youth leader at Make the Road New York.
We are here today because it's been 5 years since the killing of Eric Garner.
We are here today because it's been 5 years since the killing of Eric Garner.
People around the world saw the video where Eric was killed by Officer Daniel Pantaleo.
People around the world saw the video where Eric Garner was killed by Officer Daniel Pantaleo,
who used a chokehold that's been banned by the NYPD for over 20 years.
Who used a chokehold that's been banned by the NYPD for over 20 years.
We saw other officers stand around and do nothing to intervene.
We saw other officers stand around and do nothing to intervene.
Or aid Eric Garner as he pleaded, "I can't breathe" 11 times. We are here because 5 years without justice is 5 years too many. How long must we wait for justice? The NYPD moves swiftly to incarcerate and punish members of our communities. But hold their own to much different standards when it comes to crimes that they commit. Despite the narrative the city and the NYPD have been trying to push, the facts of the case are clear. 1. Eric Garner was put in a chokehold, which has been banned by the NYPD for over 20 years. 2. Eric Garner told the officers, "I can't breathe." 11 times, and the officers stood around and did nothing. 3. Eric Garner was not selling cigarettes. 4. have been held accountable for killing Eric Garner.
No officers have been held accountable for killing Eric Garner.
In how many ways can the mayor, the NYPD, and the DOJ tell us that they don't care about us?
In how many ways can the mayor, the and the DOJ?
The same way Eric Garner's family and loved ones see the police officers who killed him walk freely with impunity and salary increases. Young people walk through environments where police commit harm every day and are giving not as much as a slap on the wrist, whether it be in our schools, our apartment buildings, or on our streets. The mayor keeps acting like he's not responsible for holding officers accountable. For brutalizing and killing our people. It is revolting that the mayor continues to time and time again fail to protect black people.
It is revolting that the mayor time and time again
He's failing to protect black people.
Thank you.
That's right.
He is responsible. He is responsible for the city. Giving raises to officers who are killing and harming us. He is responsible for giving the NYPD billions and billions of dollars when our communities lack what we need to thrive. This city has continually failed to provide dignity and respect to young people. And communities of color as a whole. We need to hold the NYPD accountable. And fire all officers involved in the killing of Eric Garner. Do it now. Not 5 days from now. Not 5 weeks from now. And not 5 months from now. Do it now. So as long as these officers remain in our streets, we are Eric Garner. We need justice and we need it now. Thank you.
5 years too long, kill a cop, they don't belong. 5 years too long, kill a cop, they don't belong. 5 years too long, kill a cop, they don't belong. 5 years too long, kill a cop, they don't belong. 5 years too long, kill a cop, they don't belong. 5 years too long, kill a cop, they don't belong. Thank y'all. So, mic check. I'd like to give some shout outs. Actually, hold on. So, in order for the mic check to work, it means that everyone, including the people right in front of me, have to repeat what I'm saying. People in the back cannot hear, and if they cannot hear what we are saying. They cannot feel the community, the vibe, they cannot hear the message. So I'm calling on the people in front of me to chant alongside us, to mic check with us, to carry our message so that everyone here can hear, so that we can be in community. So mic check. Thank y'all. So, I'd like to shout out some elected officials who have been important and standing alongside us in this fight. First, I'd like to acknowledge Public Advocate Williams. Assembly Member Epstein. Council Member Reynoso. Councilmember Richards.
Councilmember Richards.
Councilmember Rosenthal.
Councilmember Rosenthal.
Staff of Speaker Johnson.
Staff of Speaker Johnson.
Assemblywoman Cruz.
Assemblywoman Cruz.
And Senator Benjamin.
And Senator Benjamin.
Next, I'd like to call up our next youth speaker.
Our next youth speaker.
They are here with drum.
They are here with drum.
And have requested to not show their face to the cameras.
And have requested to not show their face to the cameras.
Please welcome Sadia.
Please welcome Sadia.
My name is Sadia and I am a youth member at Drum, Desi's Rising Up and Moving. Drum is a membership-led organization of working class. Okay. Drum is a membership-led organization of working class youth and IC community members. As Desi/IC communities. It is important for us to stand with and follow the leadership of Black communities. And communities most targeted by police brutality and murders. Eric Garner had repeatedly said, "I can't breathe," a total of 11 times while Officer Daniel Pantaleo proceeded to choke him to death.
Can you move here right here?
If you want to repeat what you're saying.
Yeah, just say a lot slower, so just break each sentence up into small parts, so like maybe 5 words total.
Okay. Eric Garner had repeatedly said, "I can't breathe," a total of 11 times while Officer Daniel Pantaleo proceeded to choke him to death. Other officers were witnessing this atrocity and stood by. And did nothing to stop Pantaleo. Instead of telling the truth, Officer Justin D'Amico had lied saying that they had arrested him. Because he was selling loose cigarettes. Which was false. Officer Christopher Bannon had texted another officer claiming that the case of Eric Garner isn't a big deal. Killing a Black man on the street isn't a big deal. The NYPD needed a way to cover up the fact that they had arrested and murdered Eric Garner. As a society, we need to open our eyes. And stop pushing this case under the rug. These officers had not been ripped of their possessions. In the NYPD, and instead of have received promotions. We are told that the NYPD is supposed to protect us. But we continue to see them abuse and murder Black and brown people. We didn't just lose a husband. A father. Son. A grandfather. We lost a community member who was 43 years old. He had a whole life in front of him. Eric Garner has been failed by the system. The Department of Justice has decided they will not move forward with pressing charges. Against the officers. We will continue to demand. The Garner family gets the justice. We need to dismantle anti-Blackness and mass incarceration. We fired.
We will continue standing with the Garner family and demanding that all the officers are fired.
Until we get justice for Eric Garner and all those murdered by the police.
Until we get justice for Eric Garner and all those murdered by the police.
As Gwen Carr, Eric's mother, said yesterday, we can't breathe. We can't breathe.
We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe.
I still hear my brother crying. I can't breathe. Now I'm in the struggle saying I can't leave. We're calling out the violence of these racist police. And we ain't gonna stop till our people are free. I said we ain't gonna stop till our people are free. I still hear my brothers crying, I can't breathe. And now I'm in the struggle saying I can't leave. We're calling out the violence of these racist police. And we ain't gonna stop till our people are free. We ain't gonna stop till our people are free. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Cancelero has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. We want freedom, freedom. Racist ass cops, we don't need them, need them.
Back up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them, need them. Back up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them, need them. Back up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them, need them. Back up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them, need them.
I said back up.
We want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them, need them.
Can I get a mic check?
Mic check.
Can I get a mic check?
Mic check.
Can I get a mic check?
Mic check.
Dope. So right now what's gonna happen is we are gonna begin to march. For this march to work, again, like this action, we want young people to lead this. So if you're a young person, if you're a part of a youth organization, please make your way to the front of the banner so y'all can be the face of our movement. I want to ask if you are pressed, if you're an adult ally, please follow our young people. They will lead you to the right direction. Yup, follow.
gonna do. No offense to little girls, but yeah. But when it's hot, I don't mind. This is like springtime to me.